Instead of my usual format with roughly the same beginning and ending for all you new people, today's video is for the veteran and veteran adjacent communities, regardless of your politics. As I've indicated in quite a few videos, if you couldn't already tell by the nickname Big Sarge or the DD214 t-shirt, I'm a veteran, and since June of last year I've been making quite a lot of videos about the Trump administration's plans to attack veterans' benefits. Why would they attack veterans' benefits, especially when the demographic is largely seen as conservative? Because Vice President Donald Trump, yes, I said Vice President, is a draft-dodging pussy, which is short for pusillanimous. And since Trump was never anything but a selfish prick, of course selfless service was never in the cards for him. And deep down, the little blonde-haired kid who went to a military school resents the fact that he was never good enough or brave enough to serve. So Trump hates veterans. He also has issues with not being in control and deeply resents anyone that he can't control or manipulate, which is why his idiot DEI hires that he's put in charge of military and defense are getting rid of people who stand up to him. That's right, America. That's right, veterans. A bunch of draft-dodging cowards and service-averse entitled trust fund fuckface ass clowns are cutting the contractual obligations to people who did have the courage to serve and their families. So now, if you're a liberal or progressive, this is nothing new. We already knew that Trump hated veterans. But for the conservative vet bros and vet flakes out there who get insanely triggered when anyone talks about their guns, their flags, their Punisher logos, their Spartan hats with the Greek moaning labia text, or scoffs when they say, well, as a veteran, I don't think they fully grasp what an actual fucking cunt Donald Trump is towards our tribe. So the guy took a stupid photo op in Arlington National Cemetery, flashing his stupid shit-eating grin and a thumbs up as he stands on the grave of a fallen warrior. Against park rules, by the way. The guy referred to our fallen warriors as basically anybody who went over and served overseas in combat zones as suckers and losers. He said this, but all the MAGA vet flakes are like, that's been debunked. But no, you fucking ass-fab waiver dolt. It was never debunked. In fact, it was confirmed by several of his staff members, all retired generals and admirals who were standing right there. He insulted and degraded John McCain and McCain's POW status simply because McCain, a war hero and politician who took no shit from anyone, including Trump, stood up to Trump, which Trump absolutely cannot stand. If you stand up to Trump, he will absolutely shut down. He gets real quiet and turns into a sulky, sullen, sad little man. Witness the find out phase where the governor of Maine basically said, okay, bitch, see you in court, when Trump tried fucking around with her. So in addition to now some 2,400 people from the Veterans Administration having been laid off, and we're not just talking random people. These were people ranging from doctors to trained professionals working the suicide prevention hotline. In addition to those layoffs, or as I like to call them, illegal firings, since Department of Government Inefficiency, aka DOUCHE, isn't a real thing, and Elon Mussolini isn't a real government employee, and the only authority that he possesses is being an authority on being a fucking thin-skinned, sissy, baby-back beta bitch with stupid ideas that have to be shunted to a trained handler to gently let him down. But I digress. In addition to illegal firings, there are now some 45 contracts that are being closely examined, and this is a direct quote, by the way, to ensure they do not advance Marxist equity, transgenderism, and New Green Deal social engineering policies. Agencies were asked to answer questions about each budget line, including, does this program promote gender ideology? You heard that correctly. These contracts are being cut, shut down, or otherwise heavily modified by douche because somewhere, somehow, they equated something in the contract with socialism, wokeness, transgender, or are you fucking kidding me? The Green New Deal? You know, alternatives of fossil fuels, which, may I fucking add, is exactly what Tesla vehicles are. You remember that story from about a week ago where some dumb fuck, dipshit, moron, chuckle fuck from douche cut a program for disabled kids because his stupid AI program found the word trans and it had nothing to do with being transgender. Anyway, here's just a few from that list. Special shout out to Admin Asia for helping compile this list. Enhancing agricultural opportunities for military veterans competitive grants program. Outreach and assistance for socially disadvantaged and veteran farmers and ranchers. Post-secondary education scholarships for veterans' dependents. Veterans Housing Rehabilitation and Modification Program. Pay attention to that one. Veterans Treatment Court Discretionary Grant Program. Homeless Veterans Reintegration Program. You know what this is, right? And that other one? It's exactly what it sounds like. You ever see some conservative fuckface in the comments talking about, why are we giving money to Ukraine and the illegals or whatever other demographic we've been told to hate instead of our homeless veterans? we can do both. We had a program to house homeless veterans. I should know. I was homeless and I got help through that, you fucking stupid shit. Anyway, I digress. The list goes on. Jobs for veterans, state grants. Exclusion of veterans' death benefits and disability compensation. Automobiles and adaptive equipment for certain disabled veterans and members of the armed forces. VA casket or urn allowance program. Burial expenses allowance for veterans. CHAMP VA. Benefits for families of veterans who've died. Considering the size of the expenses, I almost guarantee they're going to look at cuts here. Legal services for veterans grants. These are just 15 of the 40 or so that we found. There are a lot more. Many of those programs are exactly what it sounds like, helping veterans and the families, descendants, the dependent, I almost said dependopotamus, the dependents of veterans. So, like I've said before in a number of videos, I was radicalized in about 2007 when the Tea Party rose to prominence and started voting no on a bunch of bills that were designed specifically to help veterans, primarily post 9/11 veterans with things like PTSD. That was the major turning point for me. So all you veterans out there who haven't rage quit the video by now, if you voted for Vice President Donald Trump, you're a fucking idiot, but I am willing to forgive you if, and only if, you come have a seat at this here table in the middle. Now, what you're not fitting to do is have a seat at this table and then continue shitting on other people at this table. And by that, I mean, say, for example, my gay and transgender folk, many of whom are veterans, will tolerate your past indiscretions and you are going to tolerate their existence, period. That is the rule at sitting at Big Sarge's table. There is no fucking negotiation. And let's be clear here. You need allies because only 0.45% of the American population has served in the military, and that number is getting smaller and smaller as our older generations die and younger generations realize, hey, I don't have to go into the military to escape this poverty, especially with how ridiculous the military has become. Yeah, you know what the fuck I mean. We all pay attention to U.S. Army what the fuck moments and other pages like it. So what are we going to do about it, fellow veterans and military brats and other military dependents and veteran adjacent people? On Friday, 14 March, your appointed place of duty is at my side in Washington, D.C. I know there was some guidance from echelons outside of Sons of Liberty about wearing uniforms, but that is a terrible idea, and I'm not doing it. Number one, I've been going to the gym way more steadily than I ever did before, and my bodily proportions won't fit my old-ass uniforms. I'm not finna drop money for shit that I'm never gonna wear again. Secondly, Big Sarge is gonna wear this damn DD214 shirt that I've got on, and you can get one for yourself in the Sons of Liberty merch store. Shameless self-plug. The link to the merch store is in the YouTube and Facebook video description, or in the link tree, which is listed on the YouTube and TikTok channel descriptions. Lastly, please stop asking me in the comment sections about how you can join. Please stop sending me emails and direct messages about if we have chapters in such and such places. Please do not ask me on social media. We have that information, and the way that you get it, the way that you join us, is by getting on the Sons of Liberty Discord server. That is listed in all the places that I mentioned before, and it's also in the Throatpunch, which follows the end of every video that I do. Once you're on Discord, you will need to read the public access channels that say Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, and Step 4. Yes, a small amount of work is required, oh no, on your part. I've got 7,000 people on Discord, but about 25% of them aren't doing anything other than joining the server. Once you get on Discord, you need to get your Fam of Liberty permissions set up. You do that in the Step 3 channel after you've paid careful attention to Step 2. Once you get your Fam of Liberty perms, you'll see a lot more channels. If you don't, there's a channel for you to submit a trouble ticket, presuming that you paid attention in Step 2 and that you also did the troubleshooting in the ticket creation channel. The Step 4 channel outlines how you get your regional access permissions. Yes, we do in fact have chapters on all over the United States. We've decentralized into regions across the United States, and every state has its own channel, etc. Every state is part of a region. From there, you can get vetted to join one of our signal groups. This is going to be our primary mode of communications for the 14 March protest because OPSEC. And for those of you with unique organizational skills, technical talents, research talents, or leadership skills, you can volunteer to join staff. Now, I'm going to warn you in advance, particularly those of you coming to the table who don't identify as American left, leftists, liberals, or progressives. Right now, you're a temporary ally of convenience. I will not ever change my beliefs to accommodate people who don't view my tribe as people with equal rights and protections. I will die for this organization because this organization has given me new life and new purpose. So when you join our Discord, we don't allow Fed posting. We don't allow edgelord bullshit. We don't allow super woke, ultra leftist purity tests and gatekeeping. We don't allow community disruptions because we're here for a purpose, not for you to be fucking edgy. Yeah, I get it. Veterans have a dark sense of humor, but you know there's a fucking time and a fucking place, and this ain't it, Chief. So, welcome to the family of liberty. Don't fuck this up. 2 claps and a Rick. Woo! Big Sarge, out here. Throatpunch follows.
And now it's time for the Throatpunch!